Hello students, welcome in our English lecture. Today we are going to learn from grammar chapter number 11, modals. Students, in the previous class maybe you learned that modals. What is called the modals? Sometimes you learn that name as a modal auxiliaries. Sometimes we can say them as a helping verb also. But what is the particular definition of the modals? That we are going to learn now. So, see students, modals are verbs that are placed before ordinary verbs and express permission, possibilities, certainty, necessity, ability and the suggestions. Means in this way to conveying something message, something important thing, okay, then something ability. So for these we are using these modals. Now, what are the features of the modals? Means how they are functioning in the sentence that we are going to learn now. But before that, we will see that you are knowing that in every day's your conversation you are using that modals. Which are those modals? Can, could, should, would, may, might, must, ought to, etc. These are the modal auxiliaries. Now, in the sentences, how they are functioning? You are using them in your day-to-day life. But in which place we have to use that particular modal auxiliaries that we are going to learn in this today's lecture. Now, first of all, we will take the introduction about the features of these modals. Now, first feature is modals are like verbs, but they are functioning in the sentences as a helping verb. Means how you are using am, is, are, was, were, shall be, will be in the sentences. So like this, to the way main verb or ordinary verb, they are helping to that main verb. But at once also they are not functioning as a main verb. Okay. Another function, another feature of this modal auxiliary is we are changing the main verbs in the sentences according to the tense. मतलब जैसे टेंस चेंज होता है वैसे वैसे हम क्या करते हैं कि सेंटेंस में जो वर्ब फॉर्म है चेंज करते हैं. यू आर नोइंग दैट V1, V2 and V3 formula. According to the verb we will take that if verb is eat, it is a V1 form. Ate is the V2 form which we are using in the past tense, and eaten is the V3 form. Sometimes we are saying them as a past participle also. So these main verbs we can change in the sentences according to the tense, but these modal auxiliaries we are not changing at once. If there is any tense, okay, means they are not changing their form. Then now students, these modal auxiliaries, we took the introduction about these. Now how to use them in the sentences, how to apply them, and which modal auxiliaries are using in the particular place or in the particular situation, that we are going to learn in this first point. Use of modal auxiliaries can and could. So students, can and could we are using in the 4 ways. So what are these 4 ways that we are going to learn now? First of all, we are using them to express ability or showing the capacity of that person. For example, here I written, I can cross the river, means it is my ability. I can cross the river. I can teach the grammar very effectively. So it is my ability. Okay, what is your ability? I can write very fastly. As you are students, you have the habit to write very fastly. Then second, when I was young, I could cross the river. Now, can and could. Can is the present tense, means which things are happening in the present, to showing those जब यंग था तब मैं बहुत अच्छी तरह से क्या करता था, रिवर क्रॉस करता था. इट हैपेंड इन द पास्ट. So showing those things, which modal auxiliaries we are using? We are using the could. Now in the next, to seek or to grant a permission. किसी से अगर कोई परमिशन मांगनी है या किसी को कोई परमिशन देनी है. So for that purpose also we are using the modal auxiliaries can and could. Like see how we done in the first point. Can is for the present tense and could is for the past tense. For example, through the example we will understand that better. Can I go now? It is asking a permission. Okay. Could you send me a mail? It is seeking a permission. Okay. Means in this way we can use them in the past and in the present tense. Third is that to express possibilities. Now still these things are not happen, but it is possible. It will happen. It can happen. So for that he can come today. He did not came today, but he can come. So for that purpose we are using here can. Then he could come today. वो आज आ सकता था. तो showing that past thing we are using here could. Then last point is that express offer or suggestion. If you want to offer something or if you want to give the suggestion to anyone, so for that purpose also you can use can and could. For example, you can leave your books here. Means it is a suggestion. Then I could drop you to your school. It is an offer. So students, in your daily life you are using them, but according to the grammar rule you should know that which modal auxiliaries we are using when. Our next modal auxiliary is may and might. Now students, this may and might we are using in the formal situations. Means formally you are knowing that we are writing the two types of letter. One is the formal and one another is the informal letter. Formal letters we are using for the official person. So like this may and might we are using in the formal way. Now first is that to seek or express permission. Means every day when coming in the class you are asking to the teacher, may I come in sir? Yes, you can come, or may you can come inside. Then he said that I might go in. Means students, how we use that past of the can is could. So like this here also past of the may is the might. Means if you want to show any past thing in the formal way, so you can use their might. It is equivalent to the past of might. Then express a chance or possibilities. To expressing a chance or possibilities, for example, it may rain tomorrow. Okay, it is expressing a possibility. It may rain tomorrow because now climate is cloudy. That's why it may rain tomorrow. It might snow tomorrow. Might is showing the past things, but students, one another important thing is here. May is showing very strong possibilities. Like might is showing very weak possibilities. Matlab in our area that snowfall is not possible thing. That's why it is showing the weak possibilities. So here in the sentence we use that it might snow tomorrow. Snowfall is only possible in the hilly area, in the Himachal Pradesh, like this. In our place there is no possible. Rarely sometimes there can snow fall, but in our area it is not common thing. Then next is that express an offer or suggestion, that you may consult my doctor. It is a suggestion. You may consult my doctor for your treatment. So it is suggestion for the front person. Then I might visit the form before buying that. So it is showing the expressing the offer or expressing the suggestion. Now may is also we are using for the wish, hopes as well as to the prayers. If you want to wish to your friend, today is his birthday, so how you are wishing them? You are saying that wish you many happy returns of the day. May God bless you. Means to fulfill our wish, our prayers, our hopes, we are using the may. So in this way, students, we can use the may and might, but remember that thing, may's past tense is might, as well as may is showing the strong possibilities, in compare might is showing the weak possibilities. So you have to apply them according to the rules in the sentences for the effective convenience. Our next model auxiliary is that shall and will. Now shall and will we are using in the future tense also. You are knowing that when we learn that tenses, so in that tenses we used shall and will. But as a modal auxiliaries, how to use them in the sentences, that we are going to learn in this point. First is that to suggest, promise or to give some kind of assurance. For that we are using shall and will. For example, we will come to your wedding. It is a assurance, okay, or it is a promise. You shall have a holiday. It is a assurance. Tomorrow you have a holiday. So in this way we can use them in the sentences. Then now I told you just in the future tense, in the simple future tense, we are using the shall and will. We will need the money for her wedding. Means showing that future things, we are using shall and will. When we shall meet again, now we meet, it is present. But when shall we meet again, it is a future thing. So showing that simple future tense, we are using the shall and will. Then there are some rules, different rules to use the shall and will. Shall offers the suggestions, means for example, shall we seek the help of experts? It is a suggestion, means if you want to do anything and you want the experts' suggestions, so you can use there. Seek the advice. What can I do now about it? So it is a seeking advice. किसी से एडवाइस लेने के लिए भी हम क्या करते हैं? shall यूज करते हैं. Indicate the obligation. Obligation means our duty. It is a compulsory thing for us. Okay, for example, members shall pay the fees regularly. Means if you are a member of any committee and there is a rule, so it is a compulsory or it is a duty of your own to pay that fees regularly. So for showing those things you can use here shall. Then how to use the will in the sentences? Expressing the decision at the time of speaking. For example, I will come back within an hour. Means for showing that within an hour, we use here will. Then formal announcement of the future. It is a formal announcement of future. As future tense also we are using the shall and will. So here for example, the President of India will inaugurate the exhibition on Monday. So showing that future things, here we use shall as well as you will. Okay, so in these way students, these modal auxiliaries also you can use in the sentences to express the assurance, to seek the permission, to promise, okay, for offer the suggestions.
Our next modal auxiliary is should and would. Students, should is used as a equivalent of shall. For example, he asked her whether he should buy an ice cream. To express the duties and obligations For example, we should follow the traffic rules. Obligation means it is our duty. It is same like a duty. To express the logical deduction, for example, there is a huge traffic near the station. Jack should be late for dinner. Means still he did not late, but logically we can say because of the traffic he should late for the dinner. Then to suggest, to give advice, or to ask for a suggestions for or advice. You should exercise regularly to be fit. It is an advice. Should we exercise regularly? Means if you want to make a question, so in that also you can use the should. To indicate the probability, India should win the match against Australia. Probability means it is our wish. So, would is used as the past of equivalent of will. For example, I said that I would come the next day. Then, it is indicating a past habit of the characteristic. Raman would take a walk every morning in the local park. Means it is showing the things of in the happen in the past. Sometimes would is used to make a polite request if any strange person is coming in front of you. So that time for them also you can make polite request using the would. Then next our modal auxiliary is must and ought to. Must is used to express strong obligation. It is strong obligation means it is our duty. You must improve your handwriting. As students, we have to write it properly. Then express a necessity. ज़रूरत की चीज़ें हैं उसके लिए भी हम क्या करते हैं must use करते हैं. The country must assure education for all. It is a necessary for everyone. Then ought to is used to express the moral duty as well as ought to indicates that it is the right thing to do. मतलब ये चीज़ करने के लिए अभी सही वक्त है. अगर ये से हमें दिखाना है तो उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं ought to यूज़ करते हैं. For example, you ought to help the poor and needy. As well as ought to is expressing the probability. For example, the book ought to be very useful. The project ought to be benefit for all. So all the students, I hope you understood that all the modal auxiliaries very well. Thank you. Happy learning.